Welcome to Boot2Boom Now, welcome to Boot2Boom. Welcome to Boot2Boom Now, the #1 live streaming show, the #1 live streaming entrepreneur show, taking you from bootstrap to booming. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern to get your PayPal popping, your business booming, and your life and your relationships to explode. Boom!
The second thing is a media wannabe stays tuned into WIIFME. What's in it for me? That's it. That's all they want to know is how many plugs are they going to say my book name?
You know, we're doing all the damn buying. We're a $1.1 trillion annual economy. If we were a nation, we'd be the 16th richest nation in the entire world, but our money goes in one direction, away from us, right? And over the next 6 weeks, $400 billion of our $1.1 trillion will be spent for Christmas.
Whatever. I get this all the time. Oh, I watch people on YouTube. Oh, that's great. And I read all the books, and that's great. And how's your life? Oh, it's still the same. Exactly.
Because when you're doing what you love to do, when you do it for free, your work is your play. And if your work is your play, you'll never work a day in your life.
So you got to make sure that you are a specialist to your niche target customer. And the fifth reason, and oh, this is the deadliest reason, if you don't manage your household with a budget, you will not manage your business with one.
You started? Greetings, everyone. Hey there. Welcome to Boot2Boom. We're here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We are here to get your PayPal popping, your business booming, and your life and your relationships to explode. Boot2Boom is all about helping you, the entrepreneur, from bootstrap to booming. And we're here every Tuesday. And this is a very special show during the holiday season to let you know, even though we're entrepreneurs and we have the freedom to do whatever we want, even to work and still be here for you. Because that's what we do as entrepreneurs. That's what we're here to do. We are here to serve you and to make sure that your business truly is booming. And during this time, your PayPal should absolutely be popping. So we want to make sure that happens today. So we have another special episode. And this week, we're actually going to be having a discussion and interviewing our very own Jessica Walker. So before we get into that, just some quick housekeeping rules. Everything that we'll be talking about is in our amazing resource list. So you absolutely want to check that out. Download that. Again, we update it each and every week. So even though you got it last week, there's something new on there this week for you. We have some really special gifts for you, and we're going to talk about that in just a few moments. So make sure you get that resource list because that's where it all is. The link is there in the chat, so you can go ahead and get that. Also, make sure you join us on Facebook. We're here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, but we are in Facebook every day. We got the motivational booms of the day. We're posting different, articles and things like that, different resources to support your business. So make sure you check us out on Facebook, join the group and participate. We want to hear from you. And of course, lastly, fill out that survey. I know you're like, Ava Laura, we hear about this survey every week. That's because it's important. So fill out the survey because we wanted to hear from you, especially going into the new year, right? What do you need for your business? What challenges are you having? What are you struggling with? What are you finding that maybe you've tried that hasn't quite worked for you? You haven't quite, you're like, look, I want my PayPal to pop, but it hasn't popped yet. Fill out the survey. We want to know how we can best serve you and get that going. So that's what I want you to do. As always, we want to hear from you. Post up in the chat, ask your questions, share this out, tweet it out, post it up on Facebook. Do all of that. We appreciate you. And we're going to go ahead and get started.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my co-host and founder of Boot2Boom Now, Ava Laura. Ava Laura is an internationally celebrated intuitive consultant and life coach who takes her clients from whole to wholeness in their life, relationships, and business. She guides you through a powerful healing process that helps you discover who you are, who you wish to be, and how to get there. If now's the time for you to live a freedom-focused life, detox yourself of limiting beliefs, get clear, focused, and confidently excel in your life and in your business, then Ava Laura is the guide you've been waiting for. Contact Ava Laura today, avalaura@avalaura.com.
So since we'll be talking to Jessica today, actually, I guess I'll wait, huh? I'll wait to interview you a little, introduce you a little bit later. So why don't we just get going into our poppin' topic for the evening?
Awesome. All right. So our popping topic is actually going to be advertising, social media advertising and training. So what I want to really explain to you all, and we'll be talking a little bit about this as well once we get into the interview, is that advertising your business is so important. It's so important. It's actually something that I struggle with a lot, right? I'm a digital marketer that doesn't like to market, but it happens, you know? It's so easy for us to promote other people's stuff and to tell other people how to strategically do it. And sometimes I'm so into it, and I know this may be something that you all may struggle with as well. We get into helping our clients, helping our supervisors, our partners, that we partner with in our businesses, and getting their information out there because we really want to see them succeed. We want to see them strive, and it's a little bit of a high for us to see them kind of succeed. And we're like, yeah, I had something to do with that. But it's so important for you to also advertise your own business and to let everyone around you know that you are available, you're here, and what it is that you do. So we have the social media advertising training that we have inside of our resource list. So you can go ahead, check out our resource list. It'll be posted in our Facebook group. So definitely, like Ava Laura said, if you're not in our Facebook group, you definitely want to be there because we are in there every single day. You only see us here on Tuesdays, but we're in there every day trying to help you guys out, finding out what you need, and just being a support system for you. So go ahead and check out that resource list, and you can find out more about social media advertising so that you can really get your business out there in front of the eyeballs that you want to see your product, your service, or your brand. All right, so Ava Laura.
Wow, thank you so much for that, Jessica. Thank you. So we are going to get to hear, we're here every Tuesday and we have amazing guests on. And oh, by the way, shout out to Leon, Mr. Wizard, who you all don't get to see. You're like, who is this man sitting here? Yes, he is normally behind the scenes. He is making a surprise appearance today. So definitely give him a shout out. We don't know when you're going to see him again. It's like, where's Leon? You know what I mean? It's like looking for Waldo. So, give him a shout out, say hello. He is phenomenal. So I know a lot of you have spoken to him. If you've taken up on some of our special offers, he is the man behind the scenes that you have spoken to. Yes. And so you don't always get to hear our expertise because we're always interviewing other people. And so I'm really excited about this show because you'll get to hear from our very own Jessica. You get to hear from her expertise. So let me just tell you a little bit more about her and why you definitely want to take notes, listen in, and just get excited about everything that she's going to share with us. So Jessica is an experienced online business consultant that has over a decade in assisting SME businesses, owners within the digital media sector. Throughout her 25 years of practice, she has worked with well-known Wall Street and Fortune 500 companies, television celebrities, healthcare providers, leading public figures, and community leaders. Jessica, or Jessica Advocated Wellness, aka JAW, she believes that everyone has a purpose and God has put her here to help you. And she believes that you are here to help somebody too. And she is all about helping you to stand out in your life and in your business and helping you to create your own show. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today as well. So please join me in welcoming Jessica, aka Jaw. You still get a clap too.
All right. I'm
So
ready.
one of the things that I know, Jessica, that you're really passionate about is how we can, one, the vision for ourselves and for our businesses, but also how we can create a legacy, right? How we can create a powerful legacy.
Yep.
And why is that so important to you, and how can we do that in our businesses?
Well, you know, I think it's really important because I believe in leaving a stamp on the world. I really truthfully believe in having my name be said, and when people say it, it gives empowerment and it gives power. Something sort of like, I want to be like Martin Luther King. I want to be like Mother Teresa. I want to be like Tupac, right? Because I love Tupac. So when someone says Tupac to me, I'm like, yeah, you know, it's an instant connection. I automatically feel empowerment, and it goes and it takes me back to his content, which is his songs, his, you know, the way that he spoke. Because if you really look into and you dive deep, I know a lot of people when they first hear Tupac, they think gangster, blah, 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 but really look at the person and the individual aside from the performer. And he was very, very, you know, thoughtful. He was very, very intelligent. He was driven. He had a lot of things going for himself that he always put himself out there. And I really truthfully admired his confidence, and I admired the level of authenticity that he always had. I mean, whether he was being a punk, not a punk, being like, you know, mean, or being like, you know, outwitted or whatever, he was just real. And he was in his emotions of what it was, you know. Or if he was on the other side where he was being sweet, and he has like the Dear Mama song, and he's like, you know, I see my mom struggle and I see her go through all of these things, but I want you to know that I'm doing this for you, you know? So it's that balance of, we all aren't just all the time sweet. We all just aren't all the time evil either. You know, I think there's an equal balance in most of us. Of course, we have the crazy nuts out there, but most of us have an equal balance of the two. And I think it's very instrumental in your business to make sure that you leave something behind for other people. So how you can do that is by creating content that's going to stay around. You know, I think when you said that, I thought automatically Tupac, I think Prince, I think Michael Jackson. I think all of those, I know those are all, you know, performers, and we don't really talk about those in digital marketing, but that's where I'm different. That's where I bring in all of those artists because you are, like I say, you're a star, you are a performer, you are the talent, because you are in your business, you are the person that makes everything happen. If you're not on that stage, what we call the digital streets, the digital stage, like we have here, if you're not out there in them digital streets making it happen, then you ain't, your PayPal, like we said, ain't popping. But so you have to be out there, right? You have to be out there. You have to share your voice with the world. You have to let people know what you think. You share your position on what it is you believe in, and, you know, stay close to your morals and all that good stuff. And you'll build a legacy that your grandkids can live off of, right? If Prince had kids, have you seen the Jacksons lately? Okay. They ain't going nowhere no time soon. They're gonna have some money for a good minute. And that's what I want for my family. I don't want to see my family struggle. I've seen my family struggle in the past. I don't want that to happen to my grandkids.
So Jessica, how did you get to this point, right, of really feeling so passionate about, you know, the legacy that we leave through our digital streets, through our content, you know, through, you know, the lens that we show people, right? How did you get so passionate about this? What's your background?
So it actually started very, very sad. You know, bring out the tissues, right? So I started off in Richmond, California, which is named on the FBI's list of one of the most dangerous places to live in California. Wow. I think it's number 3, if it hasn't gone up or down since I looked at it. It's been a couple of years now since I looked at the actual data. But Richmond, California is one of the deadliest places in California. It's right next door to Oakland. So, you know, I used to have to tell people from Oakland because nobody knew where Richmond was. But now it has a name because everybody knows it's deadly. So anyhow, I lived in those streets, and my mom worked 3 jobs to support us. She was never home because she was always working. I remember one time I was in the car with her when I was little, and I had newspapers just surrounding me. I was laying in the back of the van. She had a van, and she would go out and throw newspapers. So she would work one job from 9 to 5, work another job for about 2 to 3 hours doing security, and then at night she would go and throw newspapers 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and she'd have all 3 of us. It was myself and my 2 younger brothers who would be in the back laying around in a bunch of newspapers while she went through and delivered newspapers. And I think back to that time, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want my kids to ever have to go without seeing their mom, because my mom was basically, she was on my phone. That's where my mom was. My mom wasn't there in my life. She was in my phone. So then coming out of that, I got pregnant at a very early age. I was a teen mom. And once I got pregnant, I really came to a decision about my life that I said, you know what, I'm never going to allow my daughter to not see me. I'm going to be there for my daughter. And being a teen mom, you have a lot of people that are telling you different things. Your life is over. Oh, I had a nurse that told me, well, you wasn't crying when you was doing it, so why are you crying now? Like, I had some really brutal times during.
How old were you?
I was 17. I was 17, laying in an emergency room, crying because I was having pain and I couldn't understand where the pain was coming from. I thought I was having preterm labor, because I'm a researcher. I've been that way since I was little. So I was researching everything. I was reading everything about pregnancy, even at that young age. So I read a lot of parenting books, and it was funny because a lot of people would see me and go, "You pregnant?" Because I was a bookworm. I was a nerd. But anyway, it took one good one with some game, and that was over. But anyway, it was a done deal, was a wrap.
And your mama wasn't around.
You love me? Okay, exactly. I didn't have that family base. It was one person that told me they loved me. It was like, okay, I'm yours. But anyway, so back to my story. So I ended up having her, and I took care of my baby. And I was like, mother, you will not take care of my child. I will take care of my child. So I went through postpartum depression. I met my husband soon after that, and I went through depression for about 3 to 5 years, I want to say. Wow. And it's a thing that I tell a lot of people when I go and speak about depression, is that I was depressed, but I didn't know I was depressed because everybody around me was depressed. It was a depressing neighborhood. Everybody kind of felt that way. So how do you know what depression is supposed to look like if everybody does that? Everybody goes in their house and they lay there and they don't do anything. And they talk about, oh, I need to find a job, or, oh, they just complain. So after the death of my brother, I lost my brother. I was pregnant with my 4th child. Wait, yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. Sorry, I have a lot of kids. 4th child. I had to count. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. So anyway, and when I talk about depression, I don't like it to be depressing. I always say, when you talk about depression, it doesn't have to be depressing. So that's the light side of me. 4th child, pregnant. My brother had just gotten murdered. I was almost about to lose him, and I started hemorrhaging, and I went to the emergency room. And they said, yeah, you're going to lose your child. And I didn't. He's still here. He's my little soldier now. But fast forward, after having him a couple of years, and I'm sitting in my room. I'm in a dark room, and it's like a well. If you've ever seen the movie The Ring, that's where I was. I was inside of that well. It was really dark. That's a Black African-American version of that. I had braids, so the braids would like drip over my head. And I'd be like, oh, what do you want for dinner? Oh, eat your cereal. Stop being your brother. I was very much a zombie. I was a zombie. So mom plus zombie. So I was in my room one day watching reality shows, as I normally did. I was very functionable. I took my kids to school, did homework with them and everything, cooked dinner, but I would just go back into my well, very, very dark, very cold. I felt very alone with a house full of people. I felt like no one loved me. I thought about suicide several times, and I get choked up every time I get to that place. And I was really truthfully feeling like overwhelmed. And my son came in, my little warrior, and he said, Mom, why are you so sad? And the look on his face, if I could have turned into stone at that point, I would have, because he just hit me. And I went and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I read a really orange scarf that I used to wear all the time. My husband burned it. But I had an orange scarf I would wear on my hair all the time. I never did my hair. I always wear flip-flops, no matter what the weather was outside. And I just looked at myself and I said, I can't allow this to happen anymore. I can't allow this to take over my life. So from there, I went back to school, got my bachelor's in psychology, and I started researching depression. And I'm like, why isn't anybody talking about this in the Black community? Why isn't anybody talking about postpartum depression? Why is this stuff just kind of floating online? And all these Caucasian women are like, I'm depressed. And everybody's like, oh, let's help you. But when I said it, I didn't get that same response. So I went to the doctor. They did tell me I was depressed, and I told them, I'm sorry, do you not see me? I'm Black. Black people don't get depressed, okay? We've been through slavery, we've been through civil rights. You know, we don't get depressed. I don't know who you talking to. I ain't depressed. And the guy just looked at me like, okay, and walked out the room. But I had gone through depression for a long time. And I came to the realization after that moment that I was not going to allow depression to take over my life and that I needed to change. So I started researching all this stuff online, like I talked about on the last couple of shows ago with Jay. I started just writing down. I have like several of these notebooks that's just full of information from stuff that I found online. I joined everybody's free webinar back when I didn't know no better. And I just learned. And from there, I really came to terms with how important it is. Number one, the things that you consume, what you watch, what you listen to, what you hear, your own messages and your own confidence and the thoughts that you tell yourself, how those are so important, not only to your life, but the lives of your children, the lives of the family around you, even if you don't have children, your cousins, your aunts, your whoever else. It's about you. It's about you being positive. It's about you getting out there, having enough confidence in yourself to make it happen in your life. And yeah, that's a long story, sorry, about how I got there.
I mean, thank you for sharing that. And the thing about it is that at any given time during those years that you talked about, you could have just given up and you could have still been in that space.
Yep.
You know, considering, you know, your background, where you come from, the people that were around you, and I think that's something else to be said for, because the people around you weren't supporting you, weren't necessarily lifting you up. So you could have stayed there and you got out of it. And so how does your experience, how does that translate into you as a business owner, as an entrepreneur now? What did you learn, you know, that was really important, and how does that influence your content and now what you put out and the things that you do?
Wow, that's a loaded question, because as you guys all know, I'm very, very silly, very upbeat. So when a lot of people found out, because I actually had billboards around my city. So I didn't just come out and say, oh yeah, I used to be depressed. People saw billboards of me. And I was the person that basically, I was the only Black image you would see of depression. So I became the depressed lady. So whenever I would walk around, people were like, you're the depression lady. I got on a couple of news channels here locally talking about depression, and everybody's like, I've been depressed for years and I didn't know, you know? So having that happen, I really truthfully, that's why I'm such a big advocate for depression, as well as starting your own show, because I really truthfully seen, number one, how hard it is to get on traditional media. But then number two, once I got on traditional media, I was like, I'm still broke. That didn't work. So what do I need to do to make sure I got money coming in? But I still want my message to reach the masses. And I followed Lisa Nichols. And so what I did was, that's why it's called the Jaw Research Institute. I researched her. I researched Malcolm X. I researched Martin Luther King. I researched another organization that I work with, is Great Black Speakers, Lawrence Watkins. I researched him. I researched his brother, Boyce Watkins. I researched everybody out there that's out there making moves, and of course some other names that I didn't mention. I'm like, how do they do it? What did they do? How did they do it? And that's kind of what this show is about, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what I did.
Yep.
I just researched and I followed their path. And I'm like, okay, they did this, and this. Okay, let me do that. Or do it in my way. So that was the big piece, right? And I was out there, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, as they say, there's nothing new under the sun. Yeah. You know, it's just, you have to take it and make it yours. You have to put your unique stamp on it. But there's nothing new. Exactly. So what do you suggest for business owners who want to leave legendary content, who want to make their mark on the world, who know we're getting into a new year and they want to, you know, have a powerful vision for their business now? What do you suggest? What are some of the first steps that an entrepreneur business owner should do?
Number one is to know yourself. That's number one and first and foremost. You have to talk to yourself differently. There's not a single, I won't say a single. I'll say that it happens at least once a month where I'm like, Okay, Indeed.com. So like, giving up. I'm going in the towel. But then something else hits me and it goes, you can't because you need to be there for your kids. You can't because there's someone else out there that needs you to talk about depression, you know? And I cannot go out there because nonprofits don't pay you very much to come speak to them, if anything. So when I go out and I speak to nonprofits, when I go out and speak to high schools, when I go out and speak to women that are battered, going through domestic violence situations, and they're living in homeless shelters, and they see me, an image of someone that they look like, going, you have a business? What? You have an institute? And that's why I named it the Jaw Research Institute. You have an institute? And it's yours? Yeah. It's all mine. It's an online business education institute. I do research, and you can do this too. Let me show you. Let me show you how to get on YouTube and, you know, record yourself cooking with your daughter and have that go viral on you. Let me show you how to do this because you can do it. It's not, you know, the art and the science behind it really, it isn't that deep. It's just you showing up and knowing, number one, you have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are motivated. You got to speak to yourself, like I said, differently. Girl, you can do this. Girl, just hang in there. You know, if someone else did, you can do it. You know, there's nothing, like you said, there's nothing new under the sun, but also to attach to that, there's also another level. There's always another level, right? Absolutely. There's levels to this. So just because someone else is doing what you're doing, guess what? You can up level them. You can still over them. Right.
Because they're not doing it like you can do it.
Nobody can do it like you. Nobody can do it.
Absolutely. So, you know, Jessica, why do you, because I know you're so passionate about having a show and podcasting. Why is that so important? Particularly, and I know you love video. Like, why is that so important?
Well, videos, I know you guys have all heard this, but it's so true. Video's the quickest, easiest, fastest way for you to build a relationship with someone. And it's all about relationships in business. I always say relationships over revenue. I will work for someone, even Ava Laura. That's how Ava Laura and I connected. Because I was like, girl, you need to be doing this. She's like, you gonna do it for me? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Because you need to be doing this. But I saw the relationship potential there because I saw how cool she was, and I saw how, for lack of better words, right? I saw that she was just in this, and really truly once I didn't even know how deep she was in this until I really started working with her, and then I was like, you know who? You know how many? Why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? You know. And I really truthfully believe that all of us have a message to share, and right now. We can be our own, and I'm gonna take off my little, because I got a little fake up. We can be our own producers. This little thing right here gives us everything that we need. Whereas before we had to know somebody, we had to call somebody, we had to email somebody, we had to go out. All you have to do is have your phone and have a great message to send. And granted, there's a way you got to do it because you can't be boring. Don't kill me with your broadcast, but you definitely can do it. And it's so accessible. It's so easy. And as much time as we spend consuming, we need to be creating positive content that's out there combating all the negative.
I love that. Instead of consuming, we need to be creating.
Can I just jump in there? You just said it. You made it. It's so easy, you know, and the entry level to, you know, creating a legacy. So you would say everybody could do it. But we have people in the chat and also in the watching room are really finding it difficult to transition from this 9 to 5 thing. I mean, from your experience, obviously moving from corporate America to where you are now, creating this legacy, what sort of tips can you give them? Bring that back, because I think a lot of people, you know, they want to do it. Yeah, and they're looking at you and they say, wow, you do, I want to do it, and you're giving it your advice. What sort of thing can you give out there? You know, just give them some sort of lifesaver that they need, so you can really transition to. Any ideas? Give me something. Like, what did you do? How did you get there? Well,
here's the thing. I've always had a certain level of confidence about myself. And I still have it. And sometimes it's my downfall because I'll put stuff out and be like, this looks wonderful because I created it. And yeah, there's somebody that'll hit me and ping me and go, girl, that was kind of ugly. That graphic was not cute. I'm like, I thought it was cute. No. Okay. But I think that confidence plays such a huge, important piece in it. And I think once I changed my mindset, like I said before, number one, and then number two, getting around like-minded people. It all comes back around to relationships always. You know, I always talk about the 3 C's. It's communication, community, and confidence. Confidence, communication, and community. If you have those 3, you can do it. You can make this happen for yourself. So if you take a look and you turn back around, you look at the past 5, 2, 3 years of your life, you've had some instances, I can't even talk, that you've actually not gone through with your confidence, or you didn't have the community, or you didn't have the connection. And that was the only reason why you didn't move forward with X, Y, or Z. So find out who you need to be around, find out who you need to be talking to, and then have enough confidence to actually reach out and go, hey, let me send them an email. Let me send them a Facebook message, or ping them in their inbox, DM them, call them, get their attention some kind of way. And if they say no, guess what? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna out our boy Leon. What Leon tells me is no right now, but later on it could become a yes.
Mm-hmm. No, that's so true, because I would say some of my best, you know, deals, clients, collaborations have come from that, just reaching out and talking to people and building that community. I just spoke to a guy that I met on LinkedIn, and we talked, and we ended up on the phone for like 2-3 hours just talking. Wow. And then he was like, hey, I want to introduce you to this person. He introduced me to another person. I met with that person. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this work together. And then I finally met the guy. We went out to lunch, and he has like 3-4 other people he wants to introduce me to. He's just like, I'm gonna tell everybody about you. And he is a master networker. Yep. So he knows everybody. Yep. And so he's just plugging me to all of these people that he knows. And that came from reaching out to a person on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
So from that one person, we're talking about at least 5, 6 already, probably more.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you guys all, not that you're my children, but what I tell my children a lot, because I really want to instill this in them. One decision you make can change your life for the rest of your life, either negative or positive. One decision, just one decision that you make can either end your life, or it can make your life 10 to 20 times better. And it was for me, like you guys asked, what was it? It was that one decision. It was that one time of seeing my son with his face down, because it's not his job to worry about me. It's my job to worry about him. It's not his job. So once he showed me that, I was like, oh no, you're not going to affect my child. You're not going to change his life. And then of course, once I got into it and I started finding about ACEs and adverse childhood experiences, and finding out that my child's life could be shortened because of me, because of the choices that I made, because I'm going to depression, his life, his longevity of his life and his lifespan can be shortened. I'm like, oh, heck no. No. I will not have that on my heart. So just making that choice and moving forward. Like
so another thing that I really hear you saying is that it's so important to have a why.
Definitely. I say a why and a because. I say this a lot in some of my YouTube videos. Why and because. All right. So you have the why, because you always, I like ET. ET is always, you don't know your why. You gotta know your why. That's a bad ET impression. But you gotta breathe, you gotta succeed, you gotta know your why, man. Okay, but anyway, so I do that to my husband all the time whenever he gets down. And he's like, you are horrible at impressions. I'm sorry, I'm corny. I'm a cornball. So ET says all the time, know your why, right? My addition to that, my up level to that is know your because. So I'm doing this. This is my why, but then what's the because? I'm doing this because. Here's my why, and I'm doing this because. So what's the outcome of that? So the why is the reason why you're doing it, but the outcome is going to be the because. So that's my little piece, my little part that I tell my clients. Anyway.
Love it.
Yeah.
I thought E.T. was the little creature in the box.
Oh.
No, we got another E.T.
Oh, I don't know.
E.T.
Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas.
Who's he? No,
oh, you know Eric Thomas. E.T. The whole, yeah. Anyway, bad impression.
Just go to YouTube. You gotta want it more than you can breathe.
Thank you.
I just talked to Indian Spielberg.
So circling back around, that's legendary content, right?
Yeah.
That's going to live on YouTube, wherever else he plays. That's going to live on far after he's gone. There's going to be little kids that are going to be going, you got to want it as much as you want to succeed. You got to, want it. So, yeah.
He calls himself the hip hop preacher.
Exactly. Yes. He calls himself the hip hop preacher. So that's legendary content, and that's how you make it. So you guys can check out my podcast too, a little plug, Content Legends. So check it out. Because I have some legendary content makers on there that are talking about how to do it. So you need tips.
Would you say, those of you, again, are not in business again, they may have children. How would you pass this down, or how would you instill them to also create a legacy for what they do? What tips could you give to those people that maybe, okay, this is not for me, I guess they love their job. They love working for other people. Yeah. Could they take information and pass it down?
I think that's great. I think that if you love your job, that's awesome, because a lot of people don't. I couldn't stand it. I was fired, and crazy. But here's the thing. And you know what? I was fired for being good. I actually had corporations, like you said in my bio. Serious, I swear to you. I had corporations that listened to, because I worked in a call center, and I was a call center Q&A. So I would listen to other people's calls, and I would coach them through what they needed to say. I would also then take the up-level calls for the calls that were for supervisors. I was the supervisor on the floor. So I would create little things, and we had to sell. So that's why I have a hard time. I didn't sell, so I would go, hey, so by the way, go ahead and check out our blah, 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 blah. Like, I came up with a way to kind of go around it. And next thing you know, it's on the show, it's on script for our thing to say. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, they ain't paying me for this. I want them to take my terminology, use it in a script, and then give it out to the whole. And I didn't get not one acknowledgement, nothing. But here it is, little Jenny over here takes one call. They're giving her gift cards, and I'm like, huh? So anyway.
Wow. But that's an important point, in that, and most people, for not having a 9-to-5, those are the things that happen, is that, your time becomes the company. They own you.
Yep.
So whatever you
put
out, that is theirs. That's not yours. So you don't get acknowledged for that. It's not like in your business where you create that and you make more sales, so you make more money. That doesn't happen on a 9-to-5. That is now theirs. They own it.
And I have another incident as well I want to share, and then we'll move on. I worked for a tuxedo shop. I was a manager over 2 stores. We were the highest performing store in Richmond, which was basically, like I said, number 3 on the FBI's list. Okay,
AKA the ghetto.
Thank you. Just the hood, just a little bit, tiny bit of the hood. And it's so funny. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought gunshots at night were regular. I thought that's what happened in every community. So funny.
Wow.
Anyway, back to my story. So I worked at a tuxedo shop. We were number 1 in sales in our region, and I was beating out places that was like buku money, like, the high profile, like Beverly Hills type places, right? I'm beating them out in sales. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, stupid and naive, telling them, and they're going and, training other people on it instead of paying me to train them. But anyway, so we have prom season, and then wedding season comes up, and I sold tuxedos. So I went to, there was a Gary's, we were Gary's. We had a David's Bridal. David's Bridal opened up, and bridal shop. I'm thinking, we got tuxedos. They have dresses. Let me go over there and see if I can come in and talk to some people, so they can get the guys the tuxedos while we're there. Makes total sense to me. Go there, talk to the lady. She's like, yes, definitely. Want you to come in. Blah, 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 blah. What store are you from? I'm like, here's my store. Yeah, set up a meeting for later on that week. Call her later on that week. Oh, you know what? I gave it over to my store manager. She's going to take it over from there. I'm like, okay. Call back. Oh, the store manager gave it over to the district manager. So we'll call you from there. Okay. A couple weeks go by. I kid you not. About a month or so, a month and a half later, we get a letter saying we've just been acquired by David's Bridal, and that it's a couple of $100 million account.
Whoa.
I was closed. And I was still getting paid my little $10 an hour salary.
Wow.
So yeah. Cut out.
That hurts.
Yeah.
I'm in pain right now.
So that's where that whole $1 million thing in my bio comes from. That's a story behind it.
You live and learn. I think, I mean, I think what you should say from this is it's that, you know, this is how business works at the end of the day. And, you know, you got to understand, you know, when we're saying things, we've got to think about 4, 5, 6, 10 steps ahead. What could have you had the idea?
Yeah.
You presented the idea, and you see in a space of 1 month, your idea sent shockwaves, whereby you was waiting, right? Whereby you could
we're acting
exactly. You see, that's the situation.
Because I was too busy in the business. I had 2 stores to run. I had employees underneath me. Right. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm too busy running the store. I'm like, oh yeah, it's popping. I'm making money. I'm doing. I'm like,
well, but this is it. This can attract. I mean, it distract you from the real truth and the like I said.
Exactly.
Sometimes we should be chasing the money. Yeah. You know, again, the legacy. How long can you contain this?
Exactly. That's at that point where it hit me. That's where it hit me. I'm making, what was it, $10, I don't care, $10, $12 an hour, whatever I was making back then. But they're making how much on me? And that's when it hit me. I had my son. I didn't go back. I was done. Like deuces. So yeah. So anyhow.
Wow.
So I know, right?
And I think that's such an important lesson when we talk about, you know, lessons learned. I mean, you weren't even in business yet, but that was a lesson learned in terms of the amount of money that you can lose out on when you don't have a business.
Exactly.
And when you don't protect your content, your ideas.
Thank you. And when it's not your own, like you said, when you don't have ownership over it.
Yeah.
Because I could go ahead and write angry letters all I wanted to and stuff, but it's not my company. My job was to go there and to run those stores. Now, what I did as an up level to that, thinking I'm putting out my stores, I ended up helping out the whole dang company. And all I really, truly, I think I would have been even happy if they would have just acknowledged me for it. Even that little bit of just saying, hey, Jessica, that was a great idea. Now we've blah, 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 and did a company-wide email. One simple email would have been like, oh, I think that would have pacified me, which is stupid, you know, kind of naive. Like,
no, it's not. It's psychology,
right?
Is we all want to be validated. We all want to be seen. We all want to be heard. And so that's even a lesson for us entrepreneurs who have employees.
Yeah.
You know, and how to treat people. These very simple things, when you just take care of people, you treat them the way that you want to be treated, you will have good people. Because that's so important. You know, I was just talking to a business owner who is fighting with his employees. They're not respecting him. Basically, they're not doing what he's asking him to do. And he's the CEO, and they're running behind him to their bosses and saying, well, he asked me to do this.
Oh, no.
Where they do that at?
Exactly.
So, you know, treating your employees a certain way, you know, just the acknowledgement. You didn't even want money. You didn't even ask for a raise. Just to be acknowledged, you would have been happy. And that's true for most employees.
Yeah. And they ended up losing me, and they ended up losing their company. Like, you know, of course, they got to quite, you know, did all that good stuff. But I mean, they ended up losing one of their top performers. So, you know, you got to fight, choose your battles, choose your battles.
I think it's very, very good you said, I mean, creating a good legacy for a company, because once you set a trend within the business, and as you said, people can respect you for what you do and how you know, communicate to yourself. That will set a good, strong, you know, legacy for a company because they got strong ethics.
Exactly.
I could probably give you some, you know, from companies that I probably work for. Some of them obviously got it big. They've got a huge team, and they understand how to filter things through. And I can tell you, when if you get a chance to work for a company that has an unlimited training budget, it's something to be, you know, to really, really take advantage of. Those of you who are actually in companies and if they do have budgets and they do look after the people, will say, okay, go and do this, because one, they see it's a good investment. If they train you and the skills that you learn, you will obviously do more, and this is what they want you to do. And some people, again, as you said, some people in companies, all they care about, okay, come into work and let's go home. We don't really care about you.
Exactly.
I think this is what you're pointing out here, is that, okay, you want recognition. But unfortunately, the company's thinking about, we want to turn over revenue, not give you lovely, you know, little recognitions. And I've got time to write an email to you. No, I haven't got time for that. Guess what? Someone's on my back, you know, you've got to get paid. You've got to say, you know, I've got to get, again, bums on seats or whatever, maybe, or sales. This is the difference between, you know, understanding employees and understanding the revenue coming through the business.
And I think that that's never been so important as now when I have interns and I'm paying them, you know, that's just the way I am. You know, I feel like nobody should work for free, you know, something. Not paying them a lot, but a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm investing time to train you on certain things. I expect there to be a return, and I expect you to have at least a certain level of passion and understanding for the company and what the company does.
A certain level of passion. Just a little bit.
I mean, I told you guys, you know, I told everybody else, you know, Boot2Boom family offline, but I'm like seriously, I had to let two of them go. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, I am paying you, at least just give me just a bit of your enthusiasm and your passion for it. Even if you just like me, or if you don't like me, like just want to see me get out there and help other people, something. I'm like, really?
I'm glad you said that, because we are shifting now, where majority of people are coming into the workforce, looking at it as, I want to be a CEO hat situation, and not coming in to do a job. They see people like us, doing this. And would you say this is, you know, a reflection of this? But now they want to say, hang on a minute, I want to be boss. Would you say that's where the crash starts? Or?
Well, I think what it is that people they want the fame without the work. Let me put it that way. They want to be around me.
Tweet.
Girl,
Hashtag Boot2Boom.
Boot2Boom. They want to be around me because they see the people that I'm with. They see the stuff that I'm doing. And I ain't even I'm just getting started. Like, seriously, I ain't gotten in there yet. I'm just getting my feet wet. But they see, you know, they see what is perceived to be me working with all of these people and taking pictures and all this social proof that's put out there. And they're like, oh, I want to be next to you. Okay, but you need to work. You know, I'm not here to make friends and I mean, you know, I'm cool. I'm very, very nice. I'm very helpful. I love to help people. I love to help, especially young kids. All that good stuff. I'm there. But I do need to stay sustainable. I have a responsibility to my company to stay sustainable. I have a responsibility to my kids. Every minute that I'm away from my kids, every minute that I'm not spending with my kids is in my business. And that's only to help my kids so that they can eat, so that they can get back before school. You know, so it needs to be that equal balance. As far as friends, all that good stuff, I've let a lot of people go. I let a lot of that stuff, you know, I do what I got to do. Because like I said, we're building a legacy here. We're building something that's going to live on, you know, past my days and my years. I got content to create. I got messages I got to get out there because I want more people to get out there and share the messages. You know, I want this to be a rolling ball that continues. My kids are going to take over the Jaw Research Institute and make it their own. When cars start flying and they start hovering, you know, doing all that, and it's all VR, and they're like doing this, it's going to be the Jaw Research Institute, whatever it's going to be teaching. I want them to be the teachers. So that's
and so another thing that I hear from you that's really important is just being focused. Definitely. You know, being really laser focused and tuning out the distractions. And if the people around you, the things around you, things that you're doing are distractions, quieting that noise and focusing on your content, focusing on your business, focusing on your why and your because.
Thank you. You got those people that are distractions. Time to get them out. Time to move them on. So
yes, that is where I come in to cut those cords.
Definitely. That's where you need to call Ava Laura. From whole to wholeness.
People will put a whole HOLW in you.
Okay.
You let them. If you let them, they most certainly will.
For real. And you know what's so crazy about it is that unfortunately, at times, it is the people that are the closest to us.
Oh, always.
So
those are the ones you care about.
Yep.
So those are the ones that affect you the most, but the other ones you don't care about.
Yep. So yeah.
They know you too well. They know what your weak points are. Other people wouldn't know what your weak points are. And so again, you know, creating a legacy.
They know how to push those buttons.
Yes, yes. But this is it. And I mean, in creating a legacy, and obviously, you know, surrounded people that are really going to impact you the most. As David said, you've got to be very, very careful. They can also wound you, and wipe you out.
That's true.
You know?
Very, very true.
Stay
focused, man. Stay focused. My New York. Stay focused, man.
So, Jessica, any closing thoughts? Anything that you want to leave with our viewers?
You are worthy, and your ideas are valuable. That's what I tell all of my clients. That's what I tell everybody I meet. All the kids I talk to in the high schools. You are worthy, and your ideas are valuable. It may not hit you right then and there, but some point in your life, it will hit you, and you'll go, I am worthy. Like I said, you guys heard my story. If I would have known I was worthy, I would have took my idea and went and started my own tuxedo shop. And I would have had that whole business.
Clearly knew how to run one. So,
man,
yeah.
I was running tool stores. Crazy. Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. With three kids with 4 and then 1 and pregnant at the time. Crazy. Totally nuts. But anyway.
Just shows what we're capable of. So you still can. So
know your power. Know how much power. You have so much power.
Absolutely. But always, I think what you said is important too, is always looking at the models. Look at what's out there, because we don't need to recreate the wheel.
Nope.
There's so much out there already. So look at the model, but then look at how you can up level. What's your stamp? What can you add to it that's going to make it yours, and it's going to make it better?
Exactly. Everything that I can't talk. I am quoting. I believe his name is Dr. Miles. I can't remember his first name. Oh, sorry, brain fart. But anyhow, he stated that he's on YouTube. So look up Dr. Miles on YouTube. He was a very, very popular guy while he was alive, and I'm so mad I can't remember his first name. But anyhow, he talked about how when you write a book, because I have a book out. Hey, Laura, you have a book. Leon, we need to work on yours.
Leon, like, whatever. Leon's like, I got videos.
I got videos. I'm the wizard.
I've actually got 8 books, by the way, but I'm not going to
well, I mean, like your life. I mean, you know, anyway.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye, Leon. Bye. So anyway.
God.
See how he tried to up level us? I actually have 8.
He always do that to me. I always get the stank face. Jessica, by the way, I already did that like 5 years ago. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Right. You're so behind.
Yeah.
You need to catch up to me.
Yeah, you got a page, you got a beeper and a page, haven't you?
You still beeping 911.
For real, man. Come on.
Horrible.
I heard it in the background.
Like I told Ava Laura, I had dial-up when MySpace was out. So yeah, it took me a minute. Just a minute. So anyway.
Like really?
Wow.
Oh, Miles Monroe. That's his name. Dr. Miles Monroe.
Yes.
So Dr. Miles Monroe says that, you know, when you write a book, you create a legacy, you know, and he talks about, and now I lost my train of thought. You talked about a beeper and stuff, Lord. But what were we talking about? What did you ask me? You said something about legacy. What did you say? Because he was very, very instrumental in that as well. In my search through YouTube, I came across his videos, and he kind of talks about leaving behind your legacy and what is it that you're going to leave behind, and what do you feel that you are not destined, what's the word I'm looking for, but what do you feel that you're obligated to leave the world? And that hit me. Obligation. So what it is that you feel that you are obligated to leave here. So when God starts tapping, you got to listen. You have to listen, because he'll keep tapping and keep tapping and keep tapping. So I was selling cupcakes when I was 6 or 7. I was selling little ices in the foam cups. I did all of that stuff. So the entrepreneurial spirit was already in me.
Wow.
Is there a business model for cupcakes and, you know, water stand?
Oh yeah.
I mean, couldn't you
Yes.
just say, okay, I was buying businesses that were 7 or something like that, or, you know, it's kind
Well,
of, you was buying the stands or something like
what
that.
I've noticed is that every single, well, not every single, most of them, I'm going to say majority of them, always sold something when they were younger. They always sold something, you know, and for me, it was cupcakes and ices. And I was doing that at 7, 8. You
I didn't sell anything when I was younger. I just gave free advice.
You didn't have to.
I gave free advice.
You gave free advice. Well, see, but then still, like, that always translates. So whenever I have a client that comes to me, I ask them, like, what was that?
Now you ain't getting it free.
She got some free stuff on her blog, y'all. Y'all better get it before she take it down. But yeah, no, so that was it. I'm sorry.
In fact, we sold our services. We had to run to the store, get this, do this, have a person. But that's what we did.
Well, I went around, I put one sign on the door, cupcakes for sale, 50 cents, ices, 50 cents, and everybody in the neighborhood. You got cupcakes today? You got ices? Yep, here you go, here you go. And I paid 99 cents for the box. So my ROI was looking real nice.
That's
nice.
good. Right?
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Awesome. So how can our viewers, how can they find Ms. Jaw? Because I know you have to have a presence.
I have a presence.
So you're leaving all this legendary contact. So how can they find you? How can they reach you?
So I am Jaw Speaks on most handles, most social media platforms, Jaw Speaks. JawResearchInstitute.com is my home base, but you can also catch me, of course, here every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Boot2Boom Now. Plug for my show. And I also have a podcast, Content Legends, which will be going live on iTunes. It'll be live on iTunes. You can go to bit.ly/IamLegendary, and you can go ahead and visit our store to find all my cool gear.
Awesome. And of course, that information will be in our resource list. So make sure you get that resource list. I mean, it's like over $10,000 worth of training, services, products, everything that you can think of to help you and your business to get your PayPal popping and your business booming. Yeah. So make sure you definitely go ahead and pick that up, read it, read it. You know, we're talking about, you know, researching and doing all of that stuff. So actually read it and get the information and use it. You know, that's what's key, is that you actually use it. So you get the link, you look through it, and you use it. Get the information. That's really going to help you, because there's definitely going to be at least 1 or 2 things that's going to speak to you and your life and your business right now and what you need. So if this, if you know, content is important. They say content is king, and you want to leave a legacy, and you know that content is a way to do that. Definitely check out Jessica's podcast and everything that's on the resources as well to help you. And what did you want to say? Facebook group. If you can't find what you're looking for in that resource list, ping us in the Facebook group. Go ahead and just tag us or DM myself, Eva Laura. Just let us know, talk to us if you need help. I want to leave you guys with this one final thought. Dr. Miles Monroe told me through YouTube, because he's my virtual mentor, what is the one thing that God left behind to help us in our daily lives? One thing God left behind. Can either of you answer it? He left behind a book. He left behind the Bible. So what is it that you're going to leave behind that everyone will know that you were here? All right. Create some content, make your own show, definitely build your own platform. And that's it. I'm sorry. Wow. Wow. So, we want to hear from you. What did you think? What did you learn? What were your ahas, your epiphanies? Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, #Boot2Boom. We definitely want to hear from you, and we will be back next Tuesday with another amazing edition of Boot2Boom. We're going to be here to get your business booming, your PayPal popping, and your life and your relationships to explode. Have an amazing night, everyone. Bye.